Scott, what explanation did they give you on that kicking goal?
The puck was kicked, but that heli directed it in to the net. The rule states that if the puck gets kicked, if it hits a body or a stick of anybody else other than the goaltender, it counts as a goal. It hit our goaltender's stick and went in the net. That is no goal. So they said that heli propelled the puck in. I haven't seen the word propel in the rule book.
Yeah, so they're saying then he's basically playing the puck at that point.
That's all I like. That's all I can say on it. That's what we take the rule as.
Right.
That's what we thought. The situation. That's why we thought maybe it was going to go our direction. The rest of it, they made a decision. We got to live with it, and we got to move on from it.
Obviously, that stands as the game winner. How much did you feel that delay? They come and score real quick right away to make it 4-2. How much did that contribute to the way things played out?
Yeah, you know what? I thought we played a heck of a hockey game. You're right, and that we got an Amber Alert going. No problem. No, you know what? I thought we played a really strong game. We played a really good game. Man, that took a long time. I'm not sure why. Obviously, it's a big moment, but at the end of the day, but we have to be ready. They came out and jumped on us. We have to be ready for that next shift, and we gave up that quick one. But I like a lot of what we did. I don't think it got us rattled. I think that, we got back on our heels a little bit in that next one. We gave up a rush against that top line.
Greg back there.
Scott, obviously, people are going to look at the score. They're going to see Hellebuck on the road. They're going to assume some things. What was your assessment of Connor's play tonight?
Well, yeah. I mean, he had to make some big stops. Him and Ottinger, they were going kind of toe-to-toe. There was a lot of good looks both ways. But we're going to be judged, our whole team. We're going to be all judged, not just Connor, by what happens on the road. We got to win. They came into our building and took home ice away from us. We got to win here. And so everything that we have is going to be pushed into Game 4 here to get this thing evened up going back into our building.
Their 4-2 goal is transition, and it's against your top line. And maybe that's a line that had some struggles with transition D in your last win as well. I'm wondering if there's something that they're not quite having dialed in because they were so good.
Yeah, that one's a tough one because it came off a line change. We had a winger coming that was changing on the wall. Scheif jumped out. We didn't have all our numbers out on the ice, which obviously that's part of hockey is your line changes. So we kind of got caught halfway in between. And, it's, they were coming with all kinds of speed. That's hence picking up speed from almost the goal line. So, yes, we've talked about it. It's something I thought we've done a really good job of trying to take that away. And, that was a situation where they took advantage of it.
Scott, obviously a lot happened in this game, but at the end of the night, Rantanen still has 3 points, and he's been on a dominant role. What, as a team, do you need to do better to?
Well, it's a 2-2 hockey game, and you know what? At the end of the day, we're going in the third period in a 2-2 game. I'm still good with what we're doing. He's a tough guy, like a lot of their skilled players. It takes a lot to sort of shut those guys down, and that's all part of this. If we're going to have success, not just him, but all of them, that we got to take away their offense. And he's a big power forward, and he made some plays. But it is what it is. I mean, one came off the power play, the other one, like I said, it was a 2-2 game up until that moment where that goal went in, and that's something that we just have to make sure that we continue to do a job on him and the rest of their top players.
Both Morgan and Kyle after the game said, in that moment, we need to be better at, fighting back their momentum at that time. And clearly, your players could lean into the excuse that was built in with the third goal. The fact that they don't, and the fact that they're owning that moment and saying they need to be better. How does that make your job easier as a coach?
Well, it's like I mentioned there, that we felt we played a good game, and that's pretty much what I said afterwards. I mean, we had whatever it was, a 2-3 minute sort of situation where they scored a couple of goals, but at the end of the day, hopefully that some of the stuff we did, the offense that we created, the chances that we had, help us feel good about what we can do in Game 4, and that's what we're going to have to do. Dallas is a good team, and they defend well, but we have to find ways to to score more goals than them. And we had looks, but now we got to make sure also that we do that, and that starts on our power play, because we had some some opportunities maybe to get ahead on that in the game. So those are all areas that we'll look at and look to improve on. Thank you.
I'll let you.